My name is Taqee Bond.
I'm Cleverly Chloe.
I'm Q Shepard.
And we are Word of Mouth Radio.
You dickhead, you could have said it.
Skirt.
The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of...
I want a hammock for all of that shade that they throwing. DDMG getting paid at the moment. Need 30 for saving and 20 for blowing. Yo, ping in my phone, that shit burn flame emoji. I don't know what y'all have been seeing. That boy wanted beef, now he vegan. Well, trust me, this pepper in season. I do this for money, you rap for convenience. And niggas was scared of me going to Texas. But I stayed in Vegas and got all my nets in it. UTA blowing my phone up with Texas. Guess me not replying, ain't sending the message, it's cool. I'ma lend Cara a Jules. You niggas belly flop, this ain't the pool. I run that check up like spikes on the shoes. That bitch gon' ride it like Trice.
All right, good morning, folks. It's the Encore Radio Show. This is Wize here. Make sure you guys follow the Encore Radio Show on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Encore Radio Show. Check out our website, EncoreRadioShow.com, and shout out to the Indie Creative Network for, I guess, hosting the podcast. Anyway, we are here, as you guys heard, with Word of Mouth Radio. The hosts are our guests. Yeah, Cleverly Chloe, Q Shepard, and Taqee Bond. Follow them on social media at Cleverly Chloe, at Q_Shepard, and at Taqee Bond, of course, and at Word of Mouth Show. That's Twitter and Instagram. And visit their website, wordofmouthradio.com. That was a long-ass intro. Thank y'all for coming.
It was a great intro, though.
Thank you. I wrote the whole fucking thing down.
Nah, that was a dope intro.
It was so elaborate. I'm so impressed.
Oh, man. Okay, so I slightly know everyone's story a little bit, so I'm going to have to ask anyway. So, Taqee, let's start with your backstory. Like, I know you went to school for music a little bit, so can you give us a little detail about how that went?
A little one. It's a lot of people.
No.
It's a lot of people. Come on, be humble.
Anyway, I went to school for music. I wanted to start a record label.
Okay.
So I got into managing and, this music industry stuff. So I started out managing artists.
Bond.
Yeah, pretty much. And then what went from that is I just, I stopped managing because, the artist, we were just weren't on the same page, I guess. Yeah. And then I started...
Stop touching stuff.
I started... This is normal, by the way. This is
making noise.
This is what we go through
Don't
every
touch
Wednesday.
Stuff.
I'm the one that's normal.
Don't
having
touch
a normal conversation.
You just made
These two are arguing.
But no, this is good because the crossover is gonna work. It's gonna sound natural.
Unbelievable. But yeah, so I was managing, and then after I stopped managing, I started noticing that other doors were opening, and I told myself, listen, I got to do something else. I can't just be that manager. So I started What's the Move NYC. Q and I were developing Word of Mouth Radio for a good 2 years before it dropped, and now we're here.
That's what's up. All right.
Was that quick enough, Chloe?
So wait, just a quick. So I didn't know that you could actually go into school. Like you could go to school to learn how to manage artists. Like what classes would you take for something like that?
It's music industry. A lot of people. I majored. My actual major is music industry. Okay. So I took classes like music business, intro to music theory, music law, entertainment law, stuff like that, and I have one thing I always tell people is I look at the music industry from a business point of view. I never can see it from an artist perspective because I'm not an artist. Yeah. But I look at it as through the business. Boom, an artist will do something. It's okay, I see why you did that musically, but this is how it affects you business wise. So it's dope. I love it.
We need that.
We do. We have so many rap. Everybody want to be Jay-Z. Nobody want to be Dame
Oh
Dash.
God.
Nobody want to be Dame Dash, and it sucks.
Or engineer.
Right.
Good
Nobody
money.
wants to be the engineer. Nobody wants to be the PR. Everybody wants to be the rapper. Yeah. And it's not for everybody.
I understand. All right. So Chloe went to J.Wu together. I know that part already.
Yeah.
So what was your major?
And J.Wu, I majored in marketing and I minored in advertising.
Okay. So I want to say I saw this on Twitter, but I'm not sure.
I put my life on Twitter, so you probably did.
Yeah, was your mom involved in the industry?
Yes.
Industry? Okay.
My mom worked at she worked with Pat Prescott at WBLS. She was a short shot cheerleader for WBLS. So she was heavily in journalism. She went to Baruch for journalism. So she wanted to be on radio. Yeah. She essentially, this is her thing. She kind of started that. So she was working with Bob Lee, really, really close with the WBLS fam. So I was kind of raised under that little umbrella. And then my dad was in graphic design. So I've kind of melded my life together with both of them.
The whole a
lot of creativity going on in my life. Yeah, and my mother also drew, and so I went to high school for fashion design, fashion industry high school. The plan was to go to RISD, so my guidance counselor applied for me to go to Johnson Wales because RISD didn't give me enough money. J-Woo was like giving me basically a full ride, so I went to Johnson Wales with the plan to transfer, and then I was like, I don't give a fuck about making clothes. I want to sell them shits. So let me figure out the business, and then I can sell anything to anyone. And now I sell myself for a living, not my body, not my body.
I had to stop it. Wait a minute.
I sell my persona, my personality, and other things like that. So,
it was bad. All right, so Q. All right, so 3 years ago, what were you doing?
3 years ago, I was a videographer.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so I got into videographer. Pretty much, I was working with the artist that Taqee used to manage, and this is pretty much like he didn't even know that he wanted to start rapping. Like he was like, yo, I want to start taking this rapping serious. I'm like, oh, are you for real with it?
Yeah.
And then you like, yeah. So pretty much, I was going to BMCC at the time, and they was giving them good refund checks. So I had like a good 4,000 in my bank account. So I'm like, yo, you for real? We gonna do this for real? He like, yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy all the camera equipment you need, and we just gonna work from that. So like, I have no experience in it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just buy this just because I know this is what you need, and we just been running with it. And then pretty much, when I realized I wanted to do something other than that, like I had a standstill like on what I wanted to do next. And then I just got into DJing. I have a good friend, Wordsmith, and he had through an event, and he was like, "Oh, I don't have a DJ."
Yeah.
And I don't because the day prior to it, my father had through a cookout. He DJs as well. Like, and it's crazy how it works. Cause like, my father been DJing for so long. Like, he DJs with Kid Capri. They was in the Lords of Funk together with Money Mark. So like, I avoided it for so long. And he DJed, my brother DJ, and I avoided it for my whole entire life.
Yeah.
And I just got into it organically. And I was DJing for him at a cookout because he got drunk. He didn't want to DJ no more. And I posted a picture. A picture just like, yo, my father got me DJing out here. Yeah. And then Wordsmith saw that, so he's like, yo, I don't got a DJ for my event. And this is 3 hours before it's about to start. He's like, yo, you want to DJ? I'm like, all right. So I did it, and I just been running with it ever since because it's been working. So and I love it. So it just happened to work.
So 3 short years later, you got people getting into arguments and shit on Twitter about who their favorite DJ in the city and stuff.
Please, let's not do it. Let's not do it today. Nobody can know. Let's not.
I try to stay out of all that, man.
Fuck your favorite DJ.
Q's humble because he knows he's good, but he also knows he's got to grow still as well. Not saying he's not great, you know what I mean? But there's always room for improvement. Exactly. So Q knows, like, he's not where he wants to be. But he appreciates the love, of course.
I'm Q shit talker.
Yeah.
I'll talk shit.
We'll do it for you.
100%.
And I appreciate these two because, like, it's a lot of people who try to come at me, and I be like, I never want to be that guy who argues on Twitter about how good they are.
That's not his persona.
Or what they do. Right. Because I feel like people who do that are corny. Like, when you have to speak on how good you are, that means you aren't really that good.
Yeah, facts.
So like, if I don't have anybody to say, yo, he's that dude, he's nice or whatever, like, then I got more work to do. Like, personally, like, as far as like DJing, where I want to be like is what Kid Capri could do. Like, he can have a 20-minute set, and people could have like 3-hour sets, and he'll just destroy their whole career within 20 minutes. And I still need to work on how he does that, because like we had the same songs. We had the same songs.
Everyone has the same.
Everyone has access to the same songs.
Right. And he can do something with that 20 minutes and just be like, yo, how?
Yeah.
That's what I want to work on,
But all right, so you founded Word Mouth Radio with Taqee. So what was like the inspiration behind putting that together?
So pretty much back when I was a videographer, I used to work for S.4 as an intern, just doing pretty much I used to work with DJ Tony Touch and anybody who came through in freestyle. We had Kendrick, Meek Mill, pretty much all the artists when they doing their press runs, So afterwards, after the show used to end at 12, Emilio Sparks was the engineer, and he used to be like, yo, he had a podcast. So like we would go into the other room, and we would just pretty much record the podcast. And like once I did that podcast with him that one time, I'm like, yo, I kind of like this. And pretty much a lot of females specifically used to tell me how good my voice sounded. So it is crazy. Like, you
think he's so smooth?
I'm not even that. Like seriously, like it used to be times where I'm just not even trying to be smooth or anything like that. Like I'll get into that a little bit later. But a lot of females used to tell me like, hey, I like the way your voice sounds. You should be on the radio.
Yeah.
So.
Ew.
So pretty much when we did the podcast, I was like, yo, I kind of like this. This is kind of dope. This is a different experience. You know, I never done this before. So after I did the podcast, I went to Taqee. I'm like, yo, we should start a podcast, you know. And pretty much I started like looking into how to do podcasts. And while I was doing that, there was apps called MixLR, and then pretty much the MixLR is pretty much doing a live podcast, which is be a radio show. Primarily.
Basically, yeah.
And I was like, yo, let's do this instead. So pretty much while that app was developing, I was like, let's develop our skills.
Okay.
And that's how we came.
So the whole, I know y'all had mentioned it was like 2 years and y'all were building the whole thing in that time. That's dope. You know, a lot of people, you know, they jump into podcasts or whatever it is without necessarily knowing what they want to do.
It's clear.
Chill, y'all, chill. We're gonna be nice today.
Okay, so Word of Mouth Radio comes on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. When is your anniversary?
It's
July 25th.
There you go.
Wow.
Y'all doing like a big event?
We're working on something. We don't
know.
Hey,
all right.
Flies
Something's gonna happen. We're doing something.
All right, so I'm big on search engine optimization. That's what I went to school for. Part of it. But anyway, Word of Mouth Radio is the name of an NPR radio show and a BBC radio show as well. So did y'all factor that into the name of the show? Like, what's the actual story behind finding the name for the show?
All right, so the first name that we were going to come up with it was going to be called Word is Bond Radio.
Okay.
So at the time, that was the name of Takee's
label,
his label.
So
we were going to call it Word is Bond Radio, but then like we realized how much that limited us. And as far as like, all right, what if they don't like, you know, as far as the artists that we had on the bill, not even on the bill, like the label, like what if they don't like Phase One? What if they got issues with him? Automatically they're not going to listen to it just off the rip that they don't like him. So I was like,
and the name kind of limits you too with the slang terminology. Bond is like, word is bond is kind of a throwback slang, but it's like it's really New York, so it's kind of like
my real last name is Bond.
Yeah,
so
that's Takee's last name, which is cool. It's a cool play on words.
You know, but we realized how much that would limit to us. So like we had through a show that was called Word of Mouth. And we thought of that name like if we like throwing an event, like it took like a month to come up with that name. And
sure did.
We were like, we need something catchy that's gonna work.
Something quick and to the point. Right.
Then we was like, yo, let's call it Word of Mouth Radio, and then like it just worked. Cause as far as like Word of Mouth is perfect for everything, as far as music, just anything that you're trying to do in life.
And how fast things spread.
That's like the best promotion tool ever.
That's how hip hop got started.
Besides Word of Mouth, like I don't care if you see it on TV. Or whatever you see it on anywhere in this world.
You heard it from somebody first.
If you hear somebody like your friend or something, you're more bound to check it out.
Yeah.
So and it just worked.
That's fine. All right. So the show broadcast via MixLR.
Yeah.
So what was the major decision behind using that over like TuneIn or like Live 365 or any other option?
So the reason that I wanted to use MixLR versus all the other options, I felt like MixLR was ahead of the curve.
Okay.
You know, as far as like. Before we started it, I was always looking to their updates, like as far as what are they going to include in their next update, what is going to be better as far as using TuneIn versus everything else. TuneIn is a little bit harder to use. You have to have a different stream. You have to pay for stuff before you even start using it.
Okay.
The MixLR, the cost was cheap. Plus, one of the big things that I use is like I want to make this easy for everybody to listen to, not just one person. And they had an update to use this in Apple CarPlay, so like people can listen to us inside of their cars,
That's
while
smart.
they're driving to go somewhere else, and I want to make it feel like a radio show as much as possible. And Apple CarPlay, I'm like, yo, time out. I ain't seen no app doing that. And this is like before it's a standard now to use it, but they were doing it way ahead of the curve, and that's how I try to be. Like anything that I want to do, I always want to do before other people can get attached to it. So like I seen them doing it, I'm like, all right, this seems like the great way to go.
Bad. All right, so let's talk about the chat room. Open up. Y'all both got quiet, and so I don't want y'all to get quiet.
No, we like to let Q get a chance to speak. No, honestly, we do, because I think people don't think that he does more than just DJ. He actually he's actually really, really smart. We rag on Q and he can talk, but I rag on Q on the time, but this is my friend, so I can do that. Fuck out of here with your bullshit you have to say. But it was his brainchild, so we like to let him get that moment.
That's dope. Okay. So the chat room. All right. the chat room
goes down.
The chat room is fire.
The chat room has a major effect on the show.
Yeah.
You know, it really like I've in the shows I've listened to, I know that you guys have pulled things from the chat room that we've been talking about, and that's really important because it's really engaging. That's what people miss about radio shows, the engagement part.
Right.
But at the same time, and I know we had talked about this when you came on the PLC report. Social media is huge as well, and is there any way that y'all have found out how to balance having conversations in the chat room, but still having it pulled over to Twitter at the same time so that y'all can get like a trending topic situation?
It's funny. I don't know if I guess I'll touch on it, but it's funny because that's one of our biggest like debates because the essence of the chat room, it's so intimate and it's so personal. It makes you feel like you're like almost like AOL times, like back in the day when those chat rooms were going on and it was like your own personal community.
Yep.
But at the same time, it kind of separates us from the Twitter world because there's so much fodder and like clout on Twitter. Like you don't always want to intertwine with that, but essentially we want people to be involved in the conversation. So we tell people in the chat room, shout us out on Twitter, shout us out on Instagram, all that good stuff. And eventually it tumbles over sometimes. But what a lot of times we do is just for the fun of it, we start conversations on Twitter the day before, prior, and that kind of are relevant to, and it's God willing, it's always worked out because it's always relevant to what we're literally talking about the next day. So it kind of spills over, and we're touching different people now that I didn't even realize would know because of social media. And that's people shout on social media, it's such a people only use on social media. Yeah, if you use it the right way, it's a really effective tool.
Damn right.
It is probably the most effective tool, honestly.
It's how we built our whole following.
Yo, it's crazy.
It's how all of us have built our entire following.
Right.
You know what I mean? I say it all the time. If you don't turn your followers into dollars, you're a moron.
Yep, facts. That's true. All right. So y'all are individually constantly a part of events. I'm in the city. Y'all had the opportunity to host maximum capacity or Capacity. Shout out to Colton for that one. In Rhode Island this April. So
totally Kirby. Kirby kept saying Capacity the whole week. I'm like, my nigga, Capacity.
Those niggas who play Super Mario too much.
So what's y'all method to hosting?
I don't think there really is a method.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you straight up. My method is to take a drink or something and
have
then
fun.
Get on stage and say outlandish shit. Honestly,
but see, Takee's a natural enthusiast and he's a natural talker. Like so am I. We're really like naturally exuberant people. So speaking comes naturally to us. So speaking to a crowd and speaking to strangers is not unfamiliar for us. So if you're an introverted person, when it comes to social interaction, hosting is not for everybody.
Right,
like you have to really, it's a job. Like at maximum capacity, Taqee and I weren't drunk. We were drinking during the day. We were drinking, but we weren't drunk because we were still we're talking the whole time. So it's like you can't force it. Like if you have an idea like I want to be a host, you probably fail.
And it's crazy too because there's so many different like subgenres to hosting. Like there's the host that'll promote your party and then come and sit in a section with their free bottle, and that's hosting. It's not really.
Then there's the basketball tournament host who literally has to be the MC of the night and like all day be engaged.
And then there's more so like the MC that me and Chloe provide. Like we're providing personality to your party or to your event. We're kind of starting out those good vibes. We're getting everybody on that same page that this is a place where you can come and have a good time, enjoy yourself, and let that.
You're not too cool to party.
Yeah, you're not. Like we're letting people know you're not too cool to party because the coolest person is on stage on the mic.
No, I'm not.
That's what I say. The coolest person at the party is on stage. So we all partying. We all having a good time together.
Every time, the one thing I will say though.
Why didn't you come to maximum capacity?
Yeah, why didn't you?
It made me sad.
I didn't come to maximum capacity. You know what? Now I'll say this. I didn't come to maximum capacity because I have a daughter.
Okay.
And, I have a hard time finding this balance of like coming out to events, but like leaving her home.
Kid, he's like, I got a family, Chloe. Just shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Cause like even like we had our Genesis 2 this past weekend. My mother was coming. My mother came to the event, and I was like, yo, bring Brianna.
Bring the baby.
So she was there, and I was trying to like hold it down, like but I really was happy to see her.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Like
that balance is very hard. I'm starting to go through that myself.
You got a kid we don't know about? When did this happen?
I looked at him too. Like,
you got a baby?
I just said family balance.
Oh.
I thought you was about to tell
what
us
the
that
fuck? I'm about to say, where's she at? Where's she at?
When did this baby shower go down?
What the fuck?
I would tell you if I got somebody pregnant.
I would hope so.
Right now, my pull-out game's still strong.
Oh, no, next. All right, let's listen. We're not even talking on that.
We spoke about that earlier.
What the fuck?
I told you.
People talk about that on Twitter.
The success of the pullout rate is like.
Well, I said I haven't gone to no baby showers in a long time. I was like, my friends must be practicing safe sex.
No,
and then he was like, no, the pullout rate is getting
it's
getting higher.
You lucky now.
You gotta time it right. That's
I guess. But the funny thing for me was like hosting MK8 was nostalgic for me because I was there for MK1. You know, I was there with Lorenzo when he first started at Chill Out. I was in college a long time though. And it was crazy to see all my friends who were like, I wasn't even coming, but I saw you was gonna be here and I came. And it was like my college friends who don't know exactly what I do or hear or Chloe doing her little thing. It was like, oh, look at her, like she's really like doing stuff. And it was like, yeah, this is me. But it was just such a good feeling to be. I was home. I spent 5 years in Rhode Island, so it was nice to share that moment with my friends. We brought everybody up from New York too, so it was like, it was good to be like, look guys, like this is a new environment, this is a new scene, and I was happy that Taqee and Q and my producer Daniel could come and Pizzy and Quality and Kadeem, like they all got to see like a good college time.
Once I saw, like for me, like I like a lot of artists, right? But like I actually really like Trey Pizzy.
Everyone loves
right?
Trey Pizzy.
Yo,
you can't not like Trey Pizzy.
When I saw Trey Pizzy, I was like, damn, I really want to go. And I said that when Taqee was telling me about it on the PLC report. And I don't know, the day was coming up and I was like, damn, yo, I gotta hop on the bus on Friday and
it's nothing to get to J-Woo. J-Woo it's like going to Brooklyn twice and back. Like it's mad quick.
Yeah, the ride wasn't bad.
It's not that. Honestly, it is. For me, coming from Brooklyn, coming from the Bronx to Brooklyn, it kind of is to go to the Bronx, Brooklyn, and back.
Yeah,
it's like the same. It's the same equivalent.
That round trip is definitely about 3 hours. That's right.
I mean, next time we're doing more, so there'll be more happening. Thank God. Like they kind of want us to be a part of it now. So
plus MK is gonna be in New York.
Yeah, so we'll be there.
July 23rd.
So
not gonna miss that one.
Y'all got to come out.
Not gonna miss that one. All right, bet. So I've been asking all of the guests recently what are their thoughts on the pulse of the culture in New York. But for this convo, I want to add something. Like, what do you think is missing, and how do we fix that? I'll start with you, Taqee.
I think as far as what, like music,
the music. Yeah,
as far as music, I think that the biggest part is the publications from New York don't really shed light on too many New York artists. And it's not to say because they're saying, oh well, fuck them, we're not doing it. It's because they're not really there, they're not around. Like for example, Trey Pizzy just did Santos and the music went off, but the music and the mic went off, but the crowd sang the rest of the song. They stayed there and sang the rest of the song. Now had that been an ATL artist coming up to New York and doing that, it would have been all over the place. Everybody would have been talking about it. All these publications in New York would have been like, oh, did you see this? But they're not, like they don't care enough, or they're not interested enough to want to promote what's going on in New York.
Okay, I would say to that, I would say that I think that so I visited Toronto. I visited Toronto this year. And I'm gonna visit Atlanta maybe like next month or so. Right. The one thing I could say about New York that's different from all the other cities is that their independent media outlets are slim. They might have like 4 or 5 in their whole city. We got 10 in a borough or something like that.
400.
There are shows in Brooklyn that have been around for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. There are shows in Bronx that have been around for all this time. They have radio stations that are in all these different boroughs. So ours is our independent media is huge, and I think that only thing that we're missing from that aspect is that we all together haven't like found like the AP. You know how the AP kind of like grabs all the stories from all over the country or all over the world technically and puts them someplace. I think we don't have that yet.
One central place where everything can be found.
That or there's too many people doing the same thing.
Right.
That too. A lot of people they don't want to, like, they see, instead of them seeing someone working on something and seeing how they can offer or assistance,
or alter it.
They go and they make the same exact thing.
Same exact product over and over again.
So all right, so Q, what do you think what do you think about the culture in New York, and what's missing and how do we fix that?
Honestly, I feel like the culture is great right now. Like it's as far as like music goes, like I feel like there's a lot of artists making great music right now. One thing I will say, I think like we are missing like some hits.
Okay.
A lot of artists, like they're making great music, but they're not making that one song that makes you say, "Damn, I need to listen to this every single day," or those anthems that we used to hear back in the '90s that make you say like, "Alright, he's connected to this borough or something, so and so." You know, like they just, I just want to see like a lot of artists just work harder, you know, because it's nothing going to be given to you.
Yeah.
True.
And people just need to just understand that. And once they understand, like, all right, I need to go as hard as I can, and nothing's going to be given to me, and just keep going. Because I will say this, as this is a conversation I had with Taqee. I think New York breeds the most artists that don't make it over the mountain. As far as like, they'll make a bunch of buzz. They'll be on the top blogs, Rap Radar, whatever blog you want is now, right? Whatever, and like they'll be like the next up, but they just won't make that jump.
And I blame that on the fact that the publications, for example, radio, don't play their music. How the hell are you supposed to? For example, do you think Panda would have been a #1 record without radio play?
But that was big on the internet.
Okay,
that did millions.
Understandable. But then when it got to radio, it still exactly it reached more people. It could have just there's records on SoundCloud that there's not, I'm not gonna say millions of views.
No, but
there's
hundreds of thousands of views,
streams, but it's just on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
It's just on the internet.
Right.
Now, had it been on the radio, it'd been like, okay, now we people who aren't on the radio on the
that takes a force behind it.
Exactly.
Right.
There was a force behind Panda.
Okay.
You have Pusha T.
You have good music.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what comes with publications.
They were giving designer money to play this shit.
That's distribution. That's distribution.
Right.
Exactly. So that's
a whole nother. That's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole different conversation. But I'm just saying, like, as far as like I said, New York really breeds a lot of artists that just they get that buzz.
They get to the 7th floor, but they can't get to the 8th floor.
Exactly. And then one thing is a lot of them become scared of themselves. Like they'll put out a project that receives such good feedback that they'll take too long to put out another project because they want to work on perfecting this one when they didn't perfect the first one, and that got a lot of good coverage and a lot of good feedback. But they want to perfect this one so it matches the first one, and it'll take too long with like the fans. And people who are interested in their music just won't care anymore, and they think they'll have their attention forever, and that doesn't work like that. You have to do it in a respectable amount of time.
You got a time span. You have a schedule.
There's a new artist every single day. There's a new podcast every day. Somebody's going to do something new that you never heard of. So you have to always make sure you're at the top of the curve. And when you take too long, people will forget and people will stop caring. So that's pretty much what it is.
So quick follow up: how many projects? I'm not like between. Mixtapes and albums. How much projects should an artist put out in a year?
In a year?
No. See, no. I mean,
that's hard.
Let me.
No, because he said that they're not.
It's not even about projects though. I understand what he's talking about as far as I think. Maybe I should get into mine and I'll explain.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I wouldn't say that is like I talk to my father and my brother about this a lot, and they used to say, "Oh, nah, you gotta throw out 3 projects in," and I'm like, "That's too much. That's way too much."
Future did that, and we got tired.
He did,
definitely did.
It was only 3. I was like 4.
Yeah, like, and then, when you put out too much, it's like, all right, I'm gonna download this because I can get it for free, but I'm not listening to it right now.
Or you'll listen to it one time and you'll never
Purple
go back
Rain.
to it.
Exactly.
Purple Rain.
Right.
Exactly. So like, and it's only like 1-2 songs I can remember about Purple Rain. I'm a DJ, so
it's too much.
Exactly. Like, it has to be a good amount of number. It has to be great. Like you have to feel like you really crafted it, and then once I feel like you should move on to the next project when you feel like you can't market the next one anymore.
Okay.
You've done music videos for it. You've tried to promote each single. Like, once there's nothing left for you to do, that's when you move on to the next project. But like, I hate seeing artists who will put out a project, shoot one video for it, and be like, "Yo, I got a mixtape dropping next month." For what? You still can do a lot more with your first one. Right. Like, why are you not still trying to market that?
Another thing is a lot of artists is hard because they don't really have the guidance to know how to roll out with a project. Like a project will come, they need more managers. Like a project will come out and it's be here today, going tomorrow, and it's not that the project wasn't fire. It's because there was no anticipation built for the project. There was no culture built behind the project. It's crazy to use Straight Busy as an example again, but we got the cover for 50 First Dates 4 months before we got the project, and so everything else after that was setting us up for that project. Then when his computer crashed, everybody's like, oh shit, what is he gonna do now?
And that was the greatest story.
Right, everybody was so
he
invested.
He literally recorded an entire mixtape in a day.
You feel what I'm saying? Everybody was so invested in the story that was 50 First Days that when it came out, they're like, oh shit, I have to listen. People don't do that no more.
I was refreshing the link like, Trey, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Trey.
People will drop a project. They'll drop a project on Monday. And they just started promoting it last Thursday.
And then wonder why nobody.
And then
New York don't support nobody. I don't know you.
Everybody think they Beyonce.
Right. Everybody thinks they can just drop a project and
Lemonade is not valid.
Yo, son, Twitter.
Your lemonade is not valid.
Tweetable.
That was good, Q.
That was good.
What happens when you don't Trevor say this shit on our show? He say mad good shit on everybody else's show. It pisses me off. Then on our show, it'd be like,
no, but yeah, artists just, I think they need to do a lot more research and education. They need to do more education on the business aspect of the music industry because,
find someone who does.
Right? Because if you want to think about it, based on what I've known and what I've learned. The music industry is 90% business, 10% music. Yeah. The music is the easy. You're an artist. You can get in the studio any given time.
It's not your job to be a manager, to be honest. Artists aren't supposed to be in the boardroom. They're supposed to be. I mean, if you have the mindset to, but it's
artists and managers don't view the industry the same way
at all.
To be creative and to do business, it's too
well, your emotions are connected to it. Right. You know, you're not really focused on the business unless you really studied and come and gotten groomed through the years.
Right. Real talk. But it's tricky, man. It's tricky, and it's crazy because it took until our interview with Elliott Wilson for me to sit and go, it's a lot bigger than rap. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, okay, cool. Y'all got all these underground New York rappers, and I'm not shitting on them, but it's like, where's the Drake level dude from New York? Where's the Wale level dude from New York? Where's the Big Sean level dude from New York? And it's like, damn, we don't
have that.
That stumbled me too. I'm like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I sit back and think about that all the time. Like, damn, we really don't got one of those yet. It's not.
And the crazy thing is that A$AP Rocky could be viewed as one of two people, or Joey, but people discount him, and I don't know why.
You know,
it's not true. I think because it's not traditional.
It's not our sound.
New York. It's like, for example, Davies.
We'll see. The thing about it. We'll see. Can I just answer? Let me just answer.
Yeah, you answer, please.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
For me personally, I put emphasis and I put direct responsibility on the artist. Most of these artists don't know who they are. They do not have a target market.
Very true.
Everyone sounds the same, and that tries, and that's the basic foundation of your music. But that's your story. We fell in love with Jay-Z because of his story. Like everybody from Brooklyn or people from New York can relate to his hunger, his struggle, his hustle. We fell in love with Biggie because we know some people knew what it was like to go hungry and not be able to feed your daughter. Right? There was a story connected to you. People just come out like I'm the hottest nigga out, and then it's like, okay, you a hot nigga. That was a hot song. Now what? Now we're waiting. We're not invested in the story, right? And Rick Ross came at a standstill because he came out as, I'm the hottest nigga that you've seen thus far. Okay, cool. But we don't really know you. You lied to us about your story. So then his last album, which was supposed to be like his pivotal moment, was just like, we've heard this before. Right. So now, and like artists like Meek Mill, we knew the struggle, kinda. He kinda came out with the same identity, but now it's like you're at a standstill. So there has to be a point of evolution. We should feel like we're growing with you. Yeah, like absolutely. J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick, we've grown with them. If you stayed with them from when they first came out, even Wiz Khalifa, who people try to play, but like in the college circuit, if you remember, if you were with Wiz from the beginning, you remember like who he was Converse, Chuck Taylor.
That's like problem with me. Like I say this all the time. Like I just haven't seen any growth, but that's another story.
I feel like the only artist who grew, and we still don't know who the fuck he really is Fab.
Well, that's the thing, right? So Fab is, but this is the thing. Fab has still not reached that crossover tier. Yeah. As much as I've said, I love Fab. He's one of my favorite rappers. Yeah, right. But he's a surface level person because he will only allow you to get but so close. Yeah. Right. Fab will not get personal, and we've seen that.
My heart.
But everybody's not meant for that because Fab tried to usher new niggas and people like, oh, Fab don't put nobody on. He tried with one or two niggas and it didn't work. So he's never been that nigga to put somebody else on because he hasn't gotten to that level. Right. So you can't look to people for people to do what they haven't already done. So my thing with underground artists is, and I always challenge them when they have a project out, I'm like, okay, that song is cool, but who are you? Well, I'm this nigga. I get money. I get bitches. So does every other nigga in New York.
That nigga said that just now.
So
5 minutes ago.
He don't even rap.
Who are you? And it has to be more than just surface level. To me, to want to buy your music, I have to buy into you as a person. It has to be believable. I mean, we're invested in Beyonce. I was raised with Beyonce. I've watched her. That's why people don't understand like the magnitude of her growth. Michael Jackson was a superstar because people know him since they were 9 years old. Right? There's a story there. And underground artists in New York, there was a time where we knew everybody, like Cam, We knew who Cam was. Like, we watched Cam come up. Right. You watched Nas. You knew Nas's lazy ass. You knew his story, right? You knew everybody. And they weren't all focused on sounding the same. Like Nas, there was never a time where I could hear a Nas record and think, is that Jay-Z? No, I knew it was Nas. Right. I knew Ja Rule was Ja Rule. I knew 50 was 50. I knew who DMX was. I knew who the Lox was. I knew Styles P. I knew Jada when I heard him. Like, everyone sounded different. New York sounds exactly the same. Right. Even though we're a melting pot, we're eclectic in a sense where there's not just one person here. We shouldn't all be congealed and sound the same way. I listen to a mixtape and I'm like, who that? That's who? Y'all are not from Houston. I'm tired of y'all diddy bopping and all that.
Everybody want to be Uzi Vert.
Listen,
I hate it so much.
And I love y'all, and it works for some people. Now, don't get me wrong, it works for some people. Some people can naturally do it because they know how to formulate songs. Right. But everybody else sounds the same. So why do I have to sit through a showcase of 72 niggas for 8 hours and hear the same? It sounds like one cohesive song. It just hasn't stopped.
All right, so question then. Do you think it takes people like us, right, to criticize them the way that they need to be, or also
yes and no? I'm sorry.
Also, like, help them evolve. For example, like, you know, okay, like, yo, I think you're a dope artist. You should work with this producer. Like, he or she will make you sound, you know.
Yes and no, because it's like, all right, boom. Let's say we have Artist A comes up to you and they're like, okay, so what should I do next? As someone with that type of insight, I can point them in the right direction, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna take my advice or whatever. But
they should.
And it's not my job to tell you who to be.
Right.
Like,
that too.
We could, and people don't understand. I had this conversation earlier. I said, like, sometimes I appreciate people respecting my opinion, and like I understand what other people like Angie Marr. I can imagine how they felt when people always want to pick your brain, like, yo, I'm at a standstill. Nigga, I'm at a standstill too, because I'm hearing all of y'all and there's 60 of y'all and I'm trying to figure out where everybody's supposed to go. Yeah. That's exhausting. And live your life first. And I was gonna say the point to like dropping a project, more than one project a year. Yeah. Don't do that because you didn't go through that much metamorphosis in this as an artist. I know you did it because you were too busy working on that project to drop it. You haven't gone through any part of life.
Anything between the two.
Go live first before you drop. Artists used to wait 4 or 5 years before they dropped the project. Like Janet Jackson only has like 5 projects.
But social media changed that though.
It did.
It does, but that's the problem. Change it back.
Not even change it back. It's learn how to work with it.
Make people wait.
Just because you can buy recording equipment and buy Pro Tools and record a song, record a whole mixtape in 24 hours, don't mean you should put it out in
But if your identity is that strong enough, people will wait because they'll want to hear what's happening next with you. Right. And you don't have to worry about constantly feeding the masses because you can be on a million features. Trey Pizzy did like 27 features the year of the Truman Show, and he rocks with the Truman Show for a long time in mixtape world. And I was like, why do I not see what the formula is? If I was an artist, I'd be collabing with that little whack nigga from Brooklyn, that nigga who you say was trash, that nigga, because I'm taking every one of his 6 fans, and they're all gonna be on my back now. Thank you.
To touch back on what you said though about us being media personalities and being publications ourselves, I think a lot of what and this is something that I struggle with right now, is like people always assume that what I say, I'm trying to push it over as law. Like, no, if I say I don't like somebody, it's because I'm not feeling it. And a lot of people have a really hard time, believe it or not, saying, yo, I don't like this, or this isn't for me. You don't necessarily have to bash it, but you can say, yo, this ain't for me.
I won't say nothing.
You're gonna say,
if I don't like it, I won't say nothing. But that's how you know I don't like it. That's my way of saying I didn't like this.
But see, some people like to ask. They like to pick, like, yo, you don't like it? Why you don't like it? Okay, I'll tell you why, and I'm good at articulating why.
But see, Taqee don't like Chance the Rapper, so fuck him.
It's not that I don't like him. It's just not for me.
Yes.
And I can. And people don't really understand that. It's okay to say, yo, it's not for me. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
If y'all like it, y'all rock out to that shit. Y'all love it as much. And it'd be fucked up if I was to say, yo, don't download that album. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. If you like it, go get that Chance the Rapper. That's for you. Go ahead, do your thing.
I want to talk about, like, a lot of the artists are younger. Like right now, I'm 27 years old. So
you an old bitty.
I'm an old nigga, whatever. But we have to understand, like, a lot of the young artists coming up now are probably like 21, 22. Yeah, like, they grew up in the snap era. Where it was, it grew up where the beat pretty much. The beat and the hook were pretty much the main factor of the song.
Yeah.
We grew up on the lyrics, and where they grew up was the beat and the hook. So
they still had hope though.
But
I know. I get what you're saying.
It wasn't the same.
I know it wasn't the same hope.
So, like,
Hope tried to make us stop wearing Timbs.
Exactly.
Hope wanted us to stop selling crack.
We're like, nigga, that's how you got here.
So we have to realize like that's what they grew up on. Like when as a DJ, I play what I like, and that's what people gravitate towards me for. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
It's like people.
That's what they're going to. That's how they're going to try to emulate.
Right. That's why I wasn't mad at Designer because he's only 18,
19, but still like Little Uzi Vert. Did you see that interview on Hot 97 when they asked him to freestyle?
And he said, "Nah, I can't. I can't freestyle to that. That's too old."
Like if somebody like. In our era, they were like, "Oh, get this
out of here!"
But his era, he said he's like, "My fans not gonna be mad at me for this," and then it's true because like that's not what they fans for him for. Like they want to hear him turn up. They want to see what that beat gonna hit.
And that's the conversation I had with you when you were like you were mad at Drake about not taking like a political stance. I'm like, we've never heard Drake do that, so why would he do that now? But he's not going to because that's not who he is.
Absolutely, for making what they grew up on and what connects to them the most.
Because now all of our old generation is sampling all 80s music.
Yeah, so
there's 80s samples everywhere and 90s samples.
90s samples,
As far as artists, you're going to gravitate to what makes you work and what you're comfortable with. And like rap now, in any genre, we're going to, there's a different type of artist in rap for anything you like. You, like back in the days, there was only one type of artist, everybody want to rap this well. But like now you can listen to rap for any type of thing that you like.
And it's crazy, Breeze Montana, he had hit me up today and said that he's like, yo, rap is like, it's like Baskin Robbins. There's 31 different places.
There's subgenres. I've said that a long time ago. I wrote an article about that.
There's subgenres to it, and it's like, you know what? I may like strawberry ice cream, but that motherfucker don't like strawberry, and that's cool. That's fine. And I think that's what we need to get as a hip hop culture. We need to understand, there's subcultures. It may be for you, but it's not for him, and that's perfectly fine.
But you know what? We're all so passionate about hip hop because we were born with it. It's like our baby. Like we created it, so it's like we're so protective. It's like everybody they have a piece of it. Right. So we're all like so protective of like the change and metamorphosis. We don't want to see the transition. And then now the old heads have to be. They know like okay, I can't listen to that new stuff because it's not for me no more.
And I said that it's like. I feel like the reason why Dave East is getting so much respect from these old heads is because he's not rapping like a buffoon.
He sounds like old. He sounds like old hip hop.
He sounds like old hip hop. He sounds like the hip hop they know and they understand. They can connect to it. So they say, yeah, I'm gonna make a record with Dave East.
Yeah.
Styles P ain't making no record with Lil Uzi.
No, they have nothing in common. They don't know what to talk about.
They got nothing to talk about.
Lil Uzi might rap about the trap, but
Styles people like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
But it's different. Dave East is like I like that record that he had that guy with Game and
I love that Game.
And I said, you know what I love about it? They're just rapping. There's no silly animated voices. There's no gimmicks with it. I'm just rapping. It's this beat. It's me and my nigga. We got these bars and we gonna give y'all these bars.
And they two cute niggas on the track too. It's lit.
Comment on that.
It's fucking
lit.
Dave know.
Game made 400 bars.
JCon.
You see what I'm saying?
That's some New York shit. Like for real. Like I respect Davies a lot for the fact that he never changed up and tried to be like emulate anybody else.
Nah, he didn't.
He stayed to what was true to him, and it worked for him.
It's crazy to like I'm like I be on TV like I see him on TV I'm like I know that nigga like I know him in real life like that's crazy. But it's like it's cool that we're now like a part of this new upcoming generation to see everybody that we're watching. I'm like, well, this is like how Angie must have felt watching Pac and like and coming up with them. And I don't compare me to Angie. I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't like it. But Trey does it all the time. I'd be like, stop it. But it's like I see what's happening. It's like I hope I don't get pregnant between here and now because I want to still be here.
You could, no. It's 2016. You could still.
I'm Spanish. It's hard. I be trying to move right out here, but
if somebody sneeze on her, it's over.
It's over. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas, got out of my life.
If you got a cold, move out the way.
I be doing cartwheels to get away. I'm like, no, nigga, no.
It's crazy that you bring that up because I think all the time it's like with New York City radio, there needs to be new personalities on the radio,
especially when personalities are beefing with people in the podcast world.
Right.
This is weird.
We're not even talking about that.
This is
but
weird.
my thing is
not even that. No, it's more than just who are we. The obvious. There's a lot of people going back and forth. It's like Why? Do your job.
Right.
Just do your job.
It's like the same way she just said. Angie watched Hove come up. Angie watched all these niggas. We're watching the next generation come up.
Yeah.
Why aren't we reporting it? Right.
Yeah.
Why aren't we talking about it? Why aren't we the ones on the mainstream radio talking about it? We're here with them.
Yeah. But you know what though? Nah, they had their own medium, which was radio. We have our own medium now. We have online. We have online radio. We have podcasts. We have blogs. They have none of that stuff. Like, they literally only had the newspaper
and the radio. Yeah.
And you guys got to think about it like this. I had to tell myself this the other day. That's their job. Yeah. So if we come up, they're out of a job. That's a checkout they.
Well, and you had to pay your dues. I feel like now our generation, we got everything so fast. Our parents gave us everything so fast. We want instant gratification. A nigga start rapping last week and be like, I should have been on a Summer Jam stage. Nobody knows you for what. We get people like that all the time. Yo, I should come on Word of Mouth Radio to talk about what? Yeah. Like what? Like I love y'all to death. I said no. You know what I told him? I said yeah, we'll do that. Send us music. Send me the music first, because that's what it should really be about. Mm-hmm. I didn't see Party Next Door's face until 4 years later.
After the music,
I heard the music first. Mm-hmm. Let people fall in love with your music, and I promise they will guarantee love you. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all don't need to speak. Like Beyonce stopped speaking, and it was the best thing she did for her life, because she was like, when she was younger, she was so hood. And I was like, stop talking.
He was at H-Town.
She was so good. I was like, she didn't get her GD yet. It's a problem. But then also Michael Jackson said this too. You don't have to give it to them all at once. Mm-hmm. Right. You ever remember when Michael used to pop up from the floor and just stand there for like 6 minutes? Mm-hmm. And they would people would lose their fucking minds, because it's just, you got to make them want more. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Always leave them wanting more and anticipate. Absolutely. And that's what our generation doesn't understand. We want instant gratification. We want it right now. I want to see it. But they don't know how to work for nothing, because we never had to work for nothing. Yeah. It was always done for us.
Not only that, a lot of people aren't built to wait for it.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people aren't built for that wait. Like Puff said it in the beginning of
You know what Puffy had to do?
You know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning of Mastermind, and Nobody, the Nobody record, Rick Ross and French, Puff, that whole Puff rant, where he was like niggas don't understand what it's like to be in the dark. They don't want to be in the dark where they don't know when when the light gonna come. A lot of people are not built for waiting
because they don't know that life. They don't know that struggle.
Right. You know, honestly, the hardest thing I've done some things. The hardest thing I've ever had to do was be an entrepreneur. The hardest thing. The amount of L's you take before you get one W.
Yeah.
It's different.
Nobody understands. People don't understand that. Our generation doesn't understand that. They like instant money, fast cash. Like, oh, girls are being strippers now. I'm like, yeah, that's instant money. That's not their last resort. Nope. That wasn't a last resort for everybody. It's a quick way for a fast life, but it's like, you have to resort to all that just for fast money, and then whatever comes into your life fast leaves just as fast.
Mm-hmm. Medea said that. I remember Medea told me
that's just proven life. And I'm not knocking nobody for doing what they got to do. Everybody has their story. Everybody has to do their own sacrifices. But our generation, anybody born after 1988 is really late. We've been really spoiled. We didn't have to endure anything.
Best year ever.
We didn't have to endure anything. We didn't endure slavery. We didn't endure. Y'all think this shit is what we're going through now? This shit is nothing compared to what our generation had to do and go through. Like, and that's when I look at the hip hop industry, I'm like, y'all owe.
Yeah.
Y'all owe a lot of people to be at this point, and y'all complain about publications not talking about you. Nigga, you don't know your name. You're like, you ain't even considered. Like, our generation of black kids they're so spoiled, and they're so ungrateful to the people that paved the way.
And this is why I think, like, you know, everybody complains, like, she was saying, I'm rolling up for her, like, publications not talking about you, start your own publications.
Mm-hmm. That's what niggas had. That's what we had to do.
Yeah, you know, like, why not? Like, Word of mouth already, like
you spend $40 a week on Bud, contribute. All you and your niggas contribute that to a savings fund and a business account. There you go. Or Jordan, or the Yeezys. Y'all spend $350 on Yeezys, but but you still live in your mother's crib.
So that you can own everything, and then you like whatever you think needs promotion or anything like that needs attention. You can show love to that.
But I'm sorry, I gotta say it. Got to be said. I'm saying it all year. Some of y'all only got a couple months left.
Oh yeah, that's fact.
Like cut it, like it's over.
Shit,
like cut it out. Like it's over. Because it's the struggle SoundCloud rappers that come on Twitter and have an attitude because y'all think people don't support you. We don't like the music, and it's okay. It's okay. Find a good family. You might be a great engineer. You might be a great audio tech. You might be Key Grip. Go to Hollywood. You never know. That nigga gets a check. You might be a great juror number 8. Like at the end of the day, this right. Like everybody's not gonna make it.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I think a lot of it
said
is?
it first. Out of every 70 rappers, 69 flop.
Yeah,
Right.
Very true.
What are you gonna do to be number one? Like,
And it's great to chase. It's great to chase your dream. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
nothing when we're chasing your dream, but when it comes to a time where it's just people will tell you before you need to be realizing it yourself. Maybe I'm exhausting all opportunities here, and there's talent I'm ignoring somewhere else.
Yeah,
Right.
I will definitely say this before we go to break. Diversify your skill sets.
Absolutely.
100%. I know how to do so many things.
And before we go to break, plan long term.
Yeah.
Right, not for tomorrow.
Because everybody wants the instant gratification, they don't think about how, okay, boom, I could do this month or the next couple months, but next year, next season, I'm gonna have to do something different. Nobody thinks that far ahead no more.
Or they don't take into account
Or they don't-
resume
right.
building. Build your
Right.
resume.
Like you gotta think long term, especially in this industry.
But all y'all got kids and shit. Y'all better think long
Crazy
term.
thing about it is summer's coming. I'm not planning for summer no more. I'm planning for winter.
I'm planning
I'm
for
planning
next spring.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm not planning for summer no more. Summer's over to me. Summer didn't start, but it's over to me. I already know what I'm doing this summer.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the fall. I'm waiting for winter.
Bang, bang.
Nobody plans long term no more, and that will fuck you up.
Because they got safety nets.
Exactly.
Fuck is he talking about Chief Keef?
Yo, don't get me started. That's my all time favorite
Let
intro.
him go to break. Let him go to break.
Let's go to break. Before I get started.
Fraud niggas.
All right,
Y'all
folks,
niggas.
it's the Encore Radio Show. Be right back.
Coming up on a future episode of the Encore Radio Show.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your girl, Banks the Bossy, representing I Spit NYC, Lot of Money House Entertainment, and the newly owned Hip Hop Retreat Week, and you're tuned in to Encore Radio.
But misogyny and homophobia in hip hop.
Oh, yes.
So,
Yes.
as a woman,
Yes.
how do you exist on knowing that misogyny and homophobia are basically staples in hip hop culture?
Now that you asked that, I want to give a shout out to Meek Jaffe. She actually has a show as well, and she does a lot of executive work as well. She's dope. And she's a female, and she's also part of the LGBT community as well. So automatically, I thought of her. So shout out to her and being a female. Right on. It's interesting. It's like, sometimes, to me, I wonder if this is industry that I even want to be promoting, because I know what they promote. I know what it is. I know I'm not stupid, but I also think there has to be certain people.
All right, folks, let me back. It's the Encore Radio Show live here with we have the Word of Mouth Radio team here.
Why you got to?
He got him.
Harlem.
Like Copa's sitting right there. He from Harlem.
That's
He's
a
just
Bronx.
chilling.
You don't got a microphone. It's all right.
That's a Bronx sound though.
Okay.
Exactly.
This nigga did a whole Bronx.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, we got
Nico
Copacetik
would have
in the
been acting up
building.
if he had a microphone right now.
Alright.
We was acting up yesterday.
Oh man! All right, so y'all have had a good amount of episodes so far. Y'all haven't missed a week, matter of fact, I don't think, right?
Serious?
Yeah, yeah, I don't think I've missed a week.
You
Are you
serious?
serious?
Have you been there?
Were you there?
I thought he said he.
Why
I thought
would
he
you
said
talk
he.
about
I thought he said he.
Okay, I understand. He thought he said he hasn't missed a week.
Oh, okay.
I can't.
Thank
Nah.
you. See, Takee's my
I be
key
having to fast
interpreter.
forward. 3 hours be killing me sometimes. I be having to fast.
We're
We're working on that.
Yeah, but nah, I always catch a podcast and shout out to y'all. Y'all found it. Y'all have y'all stuff or whatever on the podcast or whatever. So Apple Music, Apple iTunes podcast.
Yeah.
It's a damn how y'all pronounce it?
Disaronno.
Thank you.
Why
I
is
missed
it
that.
drunk?
A little bit. Anyway,
finished too.
yeah, everything is just about finished now. Oh no, the Brugal.
Yeah, we drink.
I ain't touching that.
I'm
bro.
Dominican. I don't even touch Brugal.
Right, I'm about to say that's.
And it's the dark one? Jesus.
Yeah.
Wepa.
Oye, dímelo. ¿Qué lo que?
What have y'all? What
5
have
minutes,
been
5
y'all
minutes.
most favorite episode so far? Everybody just choose one.
I'm not gonna even hold you to Dustin Ross.
Oh,
Funniest.
Dustin. It was so good. Our
And,
Hood Code episode.
Undeniably, like I never met him or anything like that. Chloe brought him on, and he was just hilarious.
Yeah.
And it was just the fact that we were able to relate to him so much. And
It was it was just organic.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so
Like,
natural.
it wasn't about what he does, what he wants to do next, what he's currently doing. It was just about like what we all do as black people and stuff like that. Like, and then it was like, yo, I felt like I knew him for so long. Like he was a distant cousin that we just didn't come to any of the family functions, you know?
Yeah.
Dustin's
So, like,
just a naturally like supportive, nice person. Like he just genuinely like if he sees talent, he'll say it. If he sees some fuck
Absolutely.
shit, he'll say it. He's just a
Right.
real person. He's
respect that.
I
he's
respect
he's an Aries like me and Taqee, so he automatically like just vibes
Oh, y'all
out.
Aries? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll with y'all then.
That explains a lot.
I'm an Aries Taurus. Yeah.
The fire sign thing that works for me.
That's why me and Taqee always kind of like on one accord and Q is just.
We just be looking at the other two.
bro,
We be looking at Q and Dan. You like,
What's your what's his son?
What happened?
What's his son?
Wait,
Aquarius.
He's
what?
what happened?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Oh no.
You knew the question, nigga. Aquarius?
I can't do Aquarius.
Oh shit! Interview
Fire
done.
signs only. Fire signs only.
Interview done.
Fire
There
signs
we
only.
go.
Aquarius are weird motherfuckers. man.
Yo,
Still
They're
weird.
mad weird.
Fire signs only. I can't
favorite
do that.
episode. I can't even pick a favorite. If I had to pick, I'm sorry. I don't know. I would have to pick the Dustin episode too if I had to pick a favorite because it was just like you said, it was just so organic and so natural. And like on top of that, Dustin is one of the few people we had on the show that like
Really support us.
support like
Every episode, not just the one
Every
he's been
episode,
on.
yeah,
Even about
Everything.
word of mouth, really. Like me and Taqee could be hosting something, he'll
He'll
will
retweet
help,
it,
and
yeah.
Chloe could be
He'll-
hosting something, and he talks
that's
about
my
it.
friend.
It's like what?
Like, he
Yo,
shows
you don't
love
have to
to-
show no love at all, but he
Yeah.
still does.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, I appreciate you. And I'm not even gonna talk about second best or anything like that, but like when Trey Pissy came back on for like the second time, that was also a great
That was-
episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That was
my
a
favorite
very
one is
great
the first episode.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was
Because that was just
It's
like a
both of them.
good natural. It was the first time we got to all be together for the first live one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We had already did our practice one, and it was like we had our friend on,
Yeah.
and it was kind of at a cool moment
Made it
where
easier.
he was really like picking up a lot of steam, and it was just like we got to talk and have a conversation with our friend, and people get to hear it, and it was one of like the first one we kind of like solidified like, yeah, we can do this. You know what I
nice.
mean?
I
It'll be
think-
good.
I think just to piggyback on what Chloe just said, because like we talked about earlier, because we're coming up with these artists that are coming up in New York City, we're friends with a lot of these people. So the interview that we have with Trey Pizzy, nobody else is gonna get that type of interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he comes to us like, not that I'm doing an interview. I'm going to chill with my niggas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring some Henny. I'm gonna bring my peoples through. We gonna just chill. We gonna just
He set the precedent
mean-
for bringing some shit.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
he sure does.
did. Well, I mean, and honestly, like a lot of people we've had on have been friends of ours,
True.
people that we know personally, like Walt from Black Ink, Cam from Henny Palooza. We know him. You know, Kaz. We know from the stat. We know Kaz. You know, we know Smoke. I know Smoke. We know Smoke Dizza. Like you know, we know. Who else we had on us and a friend of ours? Raven is my friend.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like Elliot Wilson and I, we've known each other before. And it was dope because Elliot was like,
Chrissy.
I'm coming on word of mouth. And I was like, I'm not telling Elliot Wilson no. So
Nope.
I was like,
Yep,
guys,
yep.
Elliot's coming on. Like, you're ready. And everyone was like, oh my God. I'm like, you know, he only did Power 105 that day and us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Remember
So that was like
remember
a big thing, and I'm really appreciative of all these people that respect that were like it's got Deani, Scotty Beam, like when am I coming on? And I'm like, really? You want to come? Like Deani did great. Deani did great. Like, you know, and it's like we're fortunate enough that we have the relationships with people where they're like, why haven't I been asked to come on your show? And I'm like, you want to come on my show? Like, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
And it's-
I
Okay,
didn't think you was
cool.
worried
It's
about
still
us.
so crazy
Right.
to me, like when I'll be checking the word of mouth page and people be like, "Yo, I'm listening to word of mouth," and like we never try to connect to them.
The people from
It's
out of
organic.
nowhere.
It's
I know
organic,
Like
yeah.
they're listening or they listen to the first episode and it's like, oh shit, I didn't really know y'all really paying attention, and that just makes you want to go harder. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
all right, now I really gotta come correct next episode or stuff like that. Just like, oh shit, like these people really appreciate word of mouth, and like sometimes we'll go to events and like people that we already know, they'll come to me like, yo, word of mouth is really big for the city right now. Like, yo,
And
what
there's
y'all
people that we
you know?
don't know.
Exactly, like
Yeah.
word of mouth is like, yo, we appreciate y'all, keep doing it.
yeah.
And then like sometimes like
You
when
wonder
you're
if
in
it's
it,
in vain.
yeah, you know, like
Yeah.
sometimes
Like, who is listening?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
is anyone
yeah.
listening? Does anyone give a
like
fuck?
when you're in it, sometimes you're like, all right, it's cool, like we gonna keep doing this, and you don't realize like how much is going on because like you're still looking like where you want to be.
Yeah.
But when people tell you like what you've already done, and it feels amazing, like you really appreciate all of that. Like, all right, this is what we're doing it for. And
Someone told me. Well, matter of fact, shout out to the Carry On Friends podcast. She was talking about compliments. Like for me, I suck at getting compliments. Like you give,
I'm an
you
awkward
give me a
compliment
compliment.
receiver.
Me
Yeah.
too.
You give me a compliment, I deflect. I'm like, nah,
Yeah,
that's not
you.
me. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna. She was like, nah, don't do that. Just get your,
Just take it.
take it, embrace it. If they text it to you, screenshot it and hold it, put it in a folder so that when you are feeling down or feeling whatever, just you go through that and just look at all your compliments and
That's smart.
you know, embrace them.
That's
live
what I
with
did
them.
with all my I deleted all the likes on my Twitter, and I refreshed everything. So like it's kind of like real selfish and shit like that. But I only like shit that has to do with me. So like,
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not even gonna lie.
It's your Twitter.
That's
Shit,
right, yeah,
fuck
exactly.
I'm
it.
not even gonna lie. Like sometimes like I feel like I'm not where I want to be, and like I want to try harder because sometimes I see like and it's bad. Like sometimes I compare myself to people.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Like I advise nobody to do.
Yeah.
But
we all do it though. We all do it.
And sometimes you compare yourself to people like, I wish I could have did that right now, or I wish I would have did that. That was a good move. But I make sure I sometimes I go through my likes and be like, when I do the events and like, and people talk about me like, oh, you did a good job at this, whatever. Q body this stage. Yeah. And you know, sometimes you need that, like, yo, you know, like I'm on the right pace, and that's what keeps me going. You know, sometimes.
I agree 100% because today, Brianni had tweeted, every time I say that Taqee is my host for an event, like whoever I tell is like, oh no, he's really good. I saw that. I'd be like, yo, son, I looked at that shit. I'm like, yo, me? Yeah. Me for real? Dead ass? Oh shit! Thank you.
No, people say you're a really good host.
And it bugs me out sometimes because when I be hosting mid event, and I'll ask like whoever's close to me, yo, am I doing okay?
Yeah, we all each other that.
I'll be like, yo, I'm doing all right. I'm good. Anything I gotta fix? And they be like, no, my nigga, you're doing great. Like, just keep going. And I'll be like, oh, okay. Because I'm like, I think I can speak for a lot of people when I say I'm my own worst critic. I'll sit there and say, okay, I could have did this differently. I should have did this differently. I didn't do this as good as I wanted to. But then when I ask someone else, they're like, yo, that shit was great. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's weird. But
we are our own worst critic.
Yeah.
I'm my own worst critic.
And that's what keeps you growing, though. Like, once you stay on your toes. Like, I feel like once you get too comfortable in what you're doing, you know, you're not going to grow anymore. Yeah. So, like, it's always good, like, to not be comfortable. Yeah. To go into different stages and be like, all right, I want to do something different now. I didn't do this last time, or I could have did this better. So like once you realize that, and you know, once you take the criticism better as far as what you can do better, then you just kill next time. You know, all right, so now I know what I need to do, and like one thing I
drinking fish out the bowl. What are you doing?
One thing I think is really important is keeping people around you who want to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I tell Q, he fuck up all the time.
You know. And I appreciate that.
I tell Q, you're slacking. You know, every week I yell at Taqee and Q.
You know,
don't I yell at y'all every week?
All right, okay.
I mean, you haven't yelled at me because I've been on point.
But
if ever there was,
no, but there was a point in time when I was like, yo, like, what are we doing? I'm always like, you're lazy. We're lazy.
She will.
Lazy.
She will be that
person.
What
the fuck is going on? I'm gonna leave. What are you doing? Like, I'm dead ass because I'm like, I know.
I would hate to be in a relationship with Chloe.
No, I don't do that.
I'm out. I'm leaving.
I think it's very.
I be coming back like, you're not gonna chase me. Why would you let me leave?
The point is, I think it's very important to keep people around you who are going to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
You know, especially like artists. You know, if keeping like yes men around them, they'd be like, yo, this song fire.
That's why Meek Mill has been losing.
You know.
Meek got mad yes men on his team. That's why he think he won.
100%. Well, he just won that.
That's a whole different story. So
that's
that's definitely a whole.
Yeah,
that's definitely a whole different story.
I did the research on that, by the way.
Just keep people around you who are going to be honest with you. That's very key.
100%.
Very key.
Shout out to Chris Copastetik, though, by the way. Yeah.
Fuck Chris.
Wow.
Yeah, every time I mention Chloe says fuck Chris. Every time I mention Chloe says fuck Chris.
What?
On Word of Mouth Radio.
What I say?
In person.
No, I didn't.
Like, it's not about Chris right now. It's not about Cope. I be like, damn, what I do?
When?
You know what's crazy?
Chris, you know I love you. I want to do that.
You know what's crazy? This nigga Cope, he we was at a pop up restaurant.
Figure it out. Take your time.
Shut up. We was at a pop up restaurant and he was drunk. He was out here. He was
every day.
His business.
Because he's always drunk.
I mean, that's true. You like the female.
He poured the burger. I was like, damn, son. All right.
He was drunk when he got here. Nigga came through the wrong gate. I'm like, no.
Hey, but he told me, he was like, I love when my friends get drunk or they like really fucked up and high and then they start to tell me like, this is what I think, because it's coming from the heart.
Doing it. Yeah, that's
it's coming from the heart.
Word speaks over thought.
But it was early in the year, early in 2016. He said, yo, I don't think you realize how big you are. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't think you realize how much of an influence you are. You need to stop being this humble shit and start. I'm like, oh shit.
He told me the same shit.
I'm like, yo, wait, what? He said, no, get on your. He said, no, you already on your grind. Now go harder because niggas already know you a problem. I was like, oh my god.
See, I don't like those conversations.
He did the same shit. Now, he was like, yo, before you wasn't my favorite DJ, but now you my favorite DJ.
That's true. But I wasn't that drunk when I tell y'all niggas that. I was a little drunk.
You was
like where I am right now. I just want to say that.
Didn't talk to me for a whole year, so I'm glad you had that moment.
Yo, but you just said, I just told you about how good of a writer you are. See, you chill. I have my moments with everybody in Word of Mouth. You feel me?
That was a private moment.
My bad.
All right. So y'all also have individual segments on the show. So we're gonna start with Q, right? So you focus on entertainment, right?
Tries to.
So in
asshole.
He'll be like, yo, see, I saw that. See, everybody. We be like, you ain't supposed to talk about that.
All right, so one of your most recent episodes, you talked about Joe Budden. He's retiring from performing.
Yeah.
He not retiring from hip hop. That was so wrong. He was like, what did I say? I was retired. I was like, oh shit.
All right, so
sorry, Joe.
He listened.
He heard somebody say it.
Yeah,
He might have listened to word in my video. I feel like he's heard.
Do you have a favorite Joe Budden moment that you could tell us about?
New Music 3.
Okay.
Like I'm
Move Music 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Takee's my cue interpreter.
Because
I
everybody
didn't
else
know
was looking around like, what?
what?
I heard it. I heard everything. I knew
He's
exactly
around
what
for the longest. He know how to do it. Like
whatever.
Q be like, trying to be like, oh, it's encyclopedia number 4.
Okay, all right. Yo, you got a mute special? You can't mute them.
It's not your show. You can't
Mute them. Cause this is what I do when they start talking too much. When they start talking too much, it's mute special.
How would that look written down? How would you write that on? How would you type that on Twitter? We clearly
all read too much.
Who's singing?
That's like 6 vowels.
Wait, who performed it? Get off my mic. That's not your show.
Can we talk?
Get off my mic. That's not your
I
show.
gotta get a mute them. All right.
You got a what?
He said get on mute. He said get on mute.
All right.
Just go.
Y'all blowing minds now. So Music 3, like at the time, I think that was probably like 2008, 2009.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I was going through depression.
Okay.
You know, like
we need people. People need to talk. People need to talk about that. People need to talk about that. They do.
I was going through depression because like I ain't know like as far as what I wanted to do in life. Like I felt like I knew I was put here for like a greater purpose, but I just didn't know what the fuck that was. And trying to figure that out is just fucking hard. You know,
it is. Yes, it is.
It's just like I was just here and then like I was just living day to day. Like what the fuck do I do? I was working retail, folding fucking clothes. Like I knew I wasn't here for that shit.
Yeah,
I fucking hated going to work every single day. I would wake up, go to work, and at the time that I was still in school, go to work, go to school, and it was like go home and my day is over.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck for? You know, why am I here? Like there's no way on earth I was put here just to fucking do this shit. And that shit was starting to like get depressing because as you see, like people who I went to school with were starting to elevate. Like I started seeing some of my friends like doing some extraordinary shit. Like not even just graduating college or going to college. Like I see some of my friends going like being pilots and shit like that.
Oh shit!
And it's like, what the fuck? Like, damn, where's the inspiration coming from? And I didn't know like what was going on. And in listening like to Mood Music 3, like he spoke about all that shit and it was like, oh shit, like he really opening up to his feelings, and that's something I'm still struggling with myself. Like I don't know how to deal with my emotions.
Me neither. And
you know, and that's something it's real hard for me to do. Like
y'all niggas need to fall in love.
It's not even love because I've been in love before, and it still was an issue. You know, it still was an issue for me, like expressing my emotions, expressing how I feel, and how to communicate. You know, like. I couldn't cry at funerals. That's different. I went to my cousin's funeral. Everybody's crying. I'm like, hey, what's up, yo? What up?
Yeah.
You know, like, and I'm like, I'm looking at everybody crying, and it's like, you know, hey,
you question why not? Why not me? I definitely understand that.
So like that, like with his mixtape movie, it made me connect to his shit, and it's like, oh shit, he's not going through the same issues that I'm going with, but like. He's dealing with some of the emotions that I don't know how to deal with, like, and it made me connect to him. And like, what's crazy is the person who made me listen to him. Like, I remember like when he first told me like, "Yo, listen to Joe Budden's new mix." I'm like, "Pump it up, fuck out of here!" I'm listening to that shit, and then when I listen to it, I'm like, "Oh shit, this shit is dope." All from like the first tape, like Dear Diary, and you know that's why I fuck with him.
I respect that, and I respect that. I think that honestly. Pump It Up fucked it up for me so much that I really can't listen to Joe Budden at all. Like at all.
It was fire.
It was. I ain't gonna hold you.
It was.
Yo, my nigga.
Pump It Up was fire, but for that moment, and then after that I can't. Nah, I've never been able to get past
you're still fire to me.
Plus. his personality is not for me.
Nigga, Joe Budden
That's
started
what
reality
fucked
TV.
everybody
Reality
Joe
ratchet
Budden
TV.
TV.
Joe
Yeah.
Budden
Yeah.
TV. Him
His
just
personality,
That was
recording.
my favorite Joe Budden.
That was my favorite Joe Budden moment. Him just recording to hear. It was one summer I was just really watching them shits like over and over again. I'm like,
The one where she was cooking for his
every
son.
video, his son,
And her
him.
butt- I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, but their fights, but it was real. He was capturing real moments.
Yeah.
And this one, he was like struggling too. Like he was just getting residual checks, just living off of that. And it was just like, wow, this is interesting. And it was like they were going through the same arguments that I go through with my nigga. And it was like, that was it. And then they don't give him enough credit for that shit.
Yep.
Love and hip hop
They
don't.
don't.
I believe that. All right.
OD.
All right. So Jesus Christ. All right. So Taqee. So your segment is the angry black man news. So wait.
Yeah.
So what stories technically fit underneath that umbrella?
Honestly, it's stuff that
Depressing.
No, not even just depressing. It's stuff that I feel like the mainstream media, like the normal news channels and stuff, they don't talk about it, or they don't show it, or they don't tell the whole story. And I feel like now that I have this platform, and these are things like I read the newspaper on my own before word of mouth. I was reading the newspaper by myself. I was online reading articles by myself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an avid reader. I read all the time. This is you stupid. This is me saying, okay, I'll read it and I'll tell y'all what happened.
Yeah,
I don't mind that.
I like that.
But
Okay.
I want to be that. I want to be that. That face, or be that person that's telling you why our taxes is fucked up, or telling you what's going on in this presidential election, because niggas don't know. Niggas, they'll see it on the news when they wake up in the morning. That's the first thing that's on the news. They trying to get the weather, so they see about what's going on in politics, but they don't know what's really going on.
Yeah.
So you know what? Cool. I'll read it, and I'll let y'all niggas. I'll reiterate it in hood nigga terms. I'll let y'all know what's going on. But to making an angry black man news, like it's just something that that I feel people need to be aware of. Need to know what's going on.
All right, so in one of the recent episodes as well, you mentioned that I don't know why I wrote 9/11. September 11th, victims that they'll be able to sue the Saudi government.
Yeah.
And that rolled into a nice, spirited but brief conversation about whether or not black people should be able to sue the U.S. government for slavery. Now Jamaica, amongst other West Indian countries, are requesting that countries, in their case, the UK, provide reparations for slavery. Right. So what is one way you think reparations could be provided to the black American community without it being squandered on meaningless things?
All Sundays off.
No. Paying for school.
Okay.
Paying for youth to go to school.
Okay.
Whether it be private school, whether it be college tuitions or something, it should be some boom. All right, well, we feel bad that we did this, so we're gonna pay you back for it. Instead of giving you a check for $100,000, we're gonna pay for you to go to school. We're gonna pay for you. We're gonna pay for your something that'll help that person. Like boom. Every person's situation is different. Let's say somebody just has a hard time getting to and from work and picking up their kid. We're gonna make sure you have a car.
Okay.
We're gonna give you a car to make sure you can pick up your kid. Or let's just say
know about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, shit. Would you rather pay for a car? Would you rather give somebody 40 acres and a mule? 40 acres is a lot of land. You know how much money you can make with 40 acres?
That's a lot.
Man, listen. The government will get off easy giving you a car. It's crazy.
All right.
But see, and it was crazy conversations like this.
Yeah.
You were sitting in the hood and niggas say, man, yo, that's not enough. Like, nah, let me tell you why it's enough.
Yeah.
Because it is. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not, and I don't mean, I never mean to like shit on somebody and be like, oh, you just not educated enough. You just don't know this. It's, you know, these are the type of things they don't want you to hear.
Yeah.
They don't want us to talk about this. They don't want us to know what's going on. So I'm going to let you know.
All right. I respect that. Okay. All right. So Chloe, you have the Clever Corner. And that's focused around celebrity news.
Yep.
So, I don't watch anything, Kardashian anything, but this Black China shit is really juicy. I'm not gonna front. Like
She's my hero.
She is my friggin' like hero, yo. I'm like a petty. I could be really petty.
Best comeback of all time.
And thank you. Right. So, do you think that this is rooted in real love, or did it start out as like a clapback and somehow end up in a love situation?
I know. I don't. I'm not, because it's entertainment for us. But these are people's real lives. They're breeding real humans, and bringing them into this world. So, and I can't say, I'm not at liberty to say what's real and what's not on behalf of that family. From an observational standpoint, as a woman, I know what it's like to be hurt by a man and to want to get back at that man, but then also to really have real emotions. You know what I mean? Blac Chyna had a child with Tyga.
Yes.
You know what I mean? These are real people.
Yes.
No matter how much they put their lives in display and they make a profit from it, at the end of the day, if some of us were afforded that same opportunity, we would do it.
Yeah, we definitely would.
So for them, Rob and Chyna, and I do believe she changed that man's life because he's clearly acting differently. You know, Rob dealt with something that a lot of people in America deal with.
Yeah.
Having people who are in your family who may be more successful than you, and you feel inadequate, and you're inside depressed. He gained. He's a completely different person. Rob gained like 300 pounds.
Yeah. Because I remember he was like mad skinny.
He was almost a model. He used to model. So now be out in this public and he's accrediting his woman, a woman who was with him, albeit what her intentions may have been, she helped change this man. She's helping him. She's done what his family couldn't. She's got him on the treadmill, snapping about it on social media, saying like, "Look,
last year being fat,
come outside." Right? You know what I mean? So people can say what they want about her, but like, why is she such a bad person? She had a struggle life. She came up a little bit, and she's making the most off of it. I'm not mad at her for that. And these people tried to destroy her name.
They sure did.
They tried to I'm supposed to be the bad person because your little sister started fucking my baby father, my fiance, and y'all want to make me look like the bad person. Yeah. Cool. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fuck your brother, have a baby by the nigga, and get married, and I'm gonna get your last name, and I'm gonna have the heir to your family's, all your family's riches and royalties. Right. Yeah. She's about to be the first person to have the first baby with the Kardashian name. None of them other witches can do that. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, everybody can have an opinion on it. It's it's entertainment. It's in our faces, but these are still people's real lives.
Come up season.
And I try to equate that to people and get them to understand that person. Like I talk about obviously the story, and then I try to get people to understand, like, if this was you, what would you do? Yeah.
Do you think that's been the most entertaining thing 2016 thus far?
It's the most entertaining thing in 2016 has been to realize and really see now in my adult life that celebrities have just as much problems as we do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sierra having baby father issues with Future, which she should have foreseen because of all his baby mother issues before that. So that was her fault. These people, we get a really close in-depth look at these people's daily lives. Like their lives are so messy, and for a while we thought celebrities were perfect. And that's kind of what the Clever Corner shows, is just like, they're just as fucked up as we are. Right. But at the same time, just because celebrities are fucked up doesn't mean you can talk shit from your air mattress. Like, your life is still shit too. So take this as a learning tool, right? And say, damn,
I just found
out what? Let me get my life together too.
There's fucking headboards from air mattresses. Like, what?
What?
So you can stop fucking your bitches on with their head hitting the wall?
Nah, Pissy tweeted that shit today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. This is what happens in the Clever Corner. Q interjects.
Yeah, I just want to say that OKC is up 28 to 15.
Thank you. I'm depressed about it right now. They're killing the Warriors right now.
No, it's looking like OKC is winning the championship this year.
Chill.
It might be a sweep.
All year niggas don't listen to me. Listen to Pot. Listen, don't make no declarations right now, because the episode's gonna come out a couple weeks from now, and what's gonna happen? If OKC get washed, you're gonna be tight. I'm not editing shit. I ain't editing shit.
Only about 9. That's nothing.
All right, so what's the main goal? I guess long-term goal necessarily. Let's keep it realistic.
5 years.
By the end of 2016, where do y'all want to be?
We want to to be honest, have a solid voice as far as underground talent. We promote not just music. We promote entrepreneurs, philanthropists, people who are moving. Our platform for What About Radio is not just music. We are actually, we all hold ourselves to a higher standard than that. We're promoting people who would not necessarily get the shine or attention otherwise. Right. We have this foundation where people give a shit about what we have to say, so that's now our responsibility to inform our country, like our country and our culture and our people, because we had a whole episode about money. We talk about race. Yes. We talk about women's empowerment. We talk about issues that happen. We talk about cultural likeness. You know what I mean? We are trying to connect people on a broader scale, where it's just not surface level. It's a little bit deeper. So we try to give entertainment with comedy, with relatability, and true emotion. Like, we'll have a relationship episode soon. We're going to talk about our breakups and shit that people can relate to. Hey. I don't think we have we have a trajectory and a wish level where we want this shit to go. Like, of course we want to be a nationally syndicated show or have that kind of platform, but we're okay with getting there gradually and getting the support and the trust of people.
I love that you said trust. I want people to trust us with being their plug for what's going on. Not just music, like Chloe said, not just musically, but what's going on lifestyle wise. Like we had an episode about health. You know what I mean? Like where otherwise people wouldn't even give a shit about it. Nope. People wouldn't even take their time to listen to it. But, I mean, to listen to anyone else talking about health. But if they're gonna listen to us talk about health, why not us be? Why not we be that plug for it? Why not we be that platform for it?
I mean, it's just great that people listen to us because, like, as far as like we really have a platform, and I'm not gonna say like we're doing amazing things and like we're trying to do a lot of things different, like, because we are like, and there's been other platforms before us who's tried to do what we do, and like we're just being successful at it. So right now, we just want to bring it to greater platforms and reach as many people as we can now. And hopefully, we'll be able to like bring it to, like you said, naturally syndicated radio show, and then we can move from there. But for right now, we just keep building every week by week, and we appreciate all of our listeners from there.
That's what's up. All right, folks. Well, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Follow right on social media at Cleverly Chloe, at Q_Shepard, at Taqee Bond, and of course at Word of Mouth Show, and of course visit their website wordofmouthradio.com. This is the Encore Radio Show, sitting here with these lovely people here, and we out, folks. Good morning, good evening, good night.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, absolutely, yo, New York, we out here.
The fuck?
Don't be a hater.
The Encore Radio Show podcast is an indie creative network production, produced by Lance Huff and executively produced by Chris Copastetik.